as the center. And 4 guards as well for UNC-W. Ambrose Mosley, Chris Flemings, Denzel Ingram, and C.J. Bryce. Delaware will go left to right to start, and we're ready to jump this one off. Barnett Harris tips it to Bryant. He can't control it. Last touch by Bryant as it goes out of bounds, and UNC-W will have the basketball first. They're wearing their road navy uniforms with a turquoise UNC-W across the chest. White and gold outline for UNC-W. Delaware in their home whites. Yellow Delaware across the chest, blue numbers. The coaching matchup, Martin Inglesby in his first season with the Hens, and Kevin Keats, third season with the Seahawks, a 2-time Coach of the Year in the conference. Each of his first 2 years, he was Coach of the Year. And a slight delay as we start the basketball game as the shot clock did not start 3 seconds in.
And one of the interesting...
And they've got some snow there down on Elon's campus. A lot of schools getting hit with some snow.
And we had a major game, if I'm not mistaken, postponed today, correct?
UNC Chapel Hill, I guess, the UNC-W here. We'll call them UNC Chapel Hill, but the big UNC, their game against NC State delayed a bit. We are, after a delay here, back in action and ready to start it off. Chris Flemings with a 3. It's long, rebounded by the tiniest player on the floor, Denzel Ingram. Kick out to C.J. Bryce, corner 3, no good, and a nice box out by Barnett Harris allows Darian Bryant to grab the rebound.
And a smart play by Casman Hayes, understanding the game plan that Bryce is a driver, not really a good three-point shooter. Attentive to detail there by Casman Hayes.
Casman Hayes back in the starting lineup, gets it inside to Harris, not a threat offensively, but he'll go to the left hand across the lane, missing a rebound by Kaycock.
You mentioned that we want to attack Kaycock, and that's a great maneuver. Barnett actually should probably even use his body a little bit more to get into Kaycock and try to create a foul.
Hayes a steal, active hands. He drops it off to Bryant on the other end, back to Ryan Daly, who scored under double figures for the first time in 7 games. A pass to Mosley was tipped. Mosley might have taken his eye off the target and drops it out of bounds.
Delaware, uncharacteristically up at Northeastern, really did not do a good job at taking care of the ball. We've got to be locked in that way and also make sure that we're delivering passes in the proper fashion.
Mosley on top. No score, 18-42, first half. Ingram on the wing, looking for Kaycock. Instead, Kaycock comes and sets the screen for Ingram, the transfer to UNC Charlotte. Hayes all over the place. Inserted in the starting lineup, gets a steal. To Bryant on the wing. Second steal already for Casman Hayes. One of the top defenders on this team. Jab step, he drives, shot over 2, long, and a rebound by Kaycock. Still no score. Minute and a half into this game.
Kaycock did a great job there of trying to come in and affect the shot and then being so quick to turn around and secure the rebound.
Another steal stripped out of the hands of Chris Fleming. So several turnovers to start. 3 for UNC-W and no points for either team. See if the Hens can take advantage, and a foul going the other way. Called a turnover for the Hens, their second. So we've played almost 2 minutes of basketball. No points, 5 turnovers combined.
And UNC-W does a great job of taking care of the ball. They are very good because of their 4-guard play. They handle it well. They make the right passes. And this is a little atypical for them. Barnett got caught moving on that screen, and that's what the possession, why it turned.
First foul on Harris, first on the team. Here's Flemings to Bryce. He's missed on 1 3 and knocks down his second try, this time from the wing left side. And the first points on the board. It's 3-0 UNC-W.
That was a pick and roll where they also lift a player from the baseline to move the help. Casman was forced to stay and guard Kaycock, who was wide open on the roll, and then he had to close out slowly just because he was so far away. Not Casman Hayes' fault there.
Here's what Coach Inglesby and you talked about in the pregame. They're going to pressure the entire ball game. UNC-W with full court pressure. Darian Bryant brings the ball up the floor. This lineup has 4 guys that can bring the ball up the court for the Hens. Mosley a crossover. Darian Bryant, he struggled as of late from the field. Floats one up, back, iron, no, tipped around. Harris fighting for it, and he might have picked up his second foul. He did on the reach, trying to get that offensive board.
And this is the first time I've seen a little frustration this season from Barnett. He was just fighting hard there. I thought that was kind of a ticky-tack call. I didn't think there was a lot of contact there, but the official did call it. Barnett's just got to relax and keep playing hard and play through those kind of tough calls.
So after a 12-point performance against Northeastern, Sky Johnson, first big off the bench. He'll come in for Harris with the 2 fouls. 3-0. UNC-W on top thanks to a C.J. Bryce three-pointer. Delaware yet to get on the board. It was 16-0 before Delaware was able to score on Thursday against Northeastern. Hence hoping they won't have a repeat performance. And a miss on a 3 from Ambrose Mosley, the transfer from ODU. Ball knocked out of bounds. Let's say last touch by the Hens as Bryant and Johnson were battling for the defensive board.
The shot was missed so badly, it missed outside the cylinder by about 6 feet. That's what created the loose ball situation. But a good block out there by Sky Johnson on Kaycock.
Ingram on top to Mosley. He loses grip of it. Daly tries to track him down at half court. Possession still in the hands of UNC-W. Bryce to the right side. Over to Mosley. Mosley driving. Baseline left, cut off by Johnson. That's a good call. Bumped as he got towards the rim. The first on Johnson. Third already from the team with 16:37 left in the first.
Sky Johnson's just got to realize that driver is going to try to get all the way through. So if he just positions his foot right on the inline, he'll be in good position and won't draw that foul.
Kaycock beyond the arc. No threat there. He finds his guard, Ambrose Mosley. Now Ingram re-centers. He'll pull up over Champ Mosley, rattles it in. That's a tough shot from Ingram, but his 52nd 3 of the season.
Well, Ingram is an excellent long-range shooter. He's got great lift on his shot and really good preparation. Delaware's got to make an adjustment here because they're using Kaycock to ball screen every time down.
Shoots 40% from 3. Does Ingram. Mosley slicing through. He'll draw contact and the foul. A free throw coming up. Chance for Mosley to get Delaware on the board for the first time.
Well, I was glad he took that avenue there that it developed. I thought he had a seam on an earlier possession that he passed up on, and that led to Darian Bryant's floater. I think Delaware, without a huge shot blocker inside, and also the strategy is we want to attack Devontae Kaycock to try to get him in foul trouble. The more drives we have directly at the basket, the better off they're going to be. Play off 2 feet, try to create some what I call contact fouls by attacking the midsection, and I think it's going to be a good plan for Delaware.
Mosley, who just had the foul on Champ Mosley, that's Ambrose Mosley, will check out. Jordan Talley will check in. Mosley misses the first free throw. Champ didn't score at all against Northeastern, looking for his first points since the Charleston game. Gets it with the second free throw. That game against Northeastern, first time Champ hadn't scored in a game since the opener of last season against Delaware State.
Well, Champ has been doing a great job because he's figured out how to get to the basket and score through contact in many cases.
Traveling violation on Chris Flemings is UNC-W's 4th of the game. It'll send us to immediate timeout. 15:54 remaining in the first, and UNC-W up 5 at 6-1 here at the Bob Carpenter Center. Come in and beat a struggling Delaware team.
I thought their body language was very relaxed. I didn't think they were really concentrating in their pregame, and let's hope that pays off for Delaware. But the concentration level with turnovers early on really has shown me that they were not ready to play at the beginning.
Sky Johnson backing down Kaycock. Good power move by Johnson. He can't finish at the rim. Ball still loose into the hands of Darian Bryant. He goes up for the shot and is fouled on the reach-in against UNC-W. Sky did finish that shot, but I thought that was a good take for a big man on the block.
He backed him down. Kaycock kept retreating, hoping that he might get Sky Johnson off balance, but he didn't. And I think Sky was so surprised he'd gotten in so deep that he just never got himself seated enough to rise straight up. But a good initial move there by Sky Johnson along the left baseline.
Free throw from Darian Bryant is good. Foul was called on Jordan Talley, his first team second trip to the foul line for Delaware, and both of them threw for Bryant. Hens down by 3, 6-3. Still looking for their first field goal on offense are the Hens, but 3 of 4 to start from the line.
UNC-W gets a lot of movement off the ball without a lot of screening, a lot of what we call swapping or exchanging. Delaware's got to do a good job communicating defensively.
That time Bryce found an opening, ran to the elbow on the right side, got a pass, and scored on the jump shot. It's now 8-3, UNC-W on top.
UNC-W has a variety of presses. Some are designed to turn you over, and some are designed to use the possession clock.
Bryant at the foul line, picks up his dribble, kick out to Daly on the wing. 16 to shoot, he gets a screen from Sky Johnson, picks up his dribble. Cross-court pass to Hayes, squares, releases, hits. Nice pass by Daly over the defense, and Casman Hayes knocking in the triple.
What Daly does so well, Scott, is he's always looking at the basket and delivered a great skip pass.
Only a 26% three-point shooter is Casman Hayes, but he knocks in that one. Ball loose after a couple players tipped it. Nearly out of bounds. It was saved off the side of the backboard. Bryce came up with it inside to Devontae Kaycock. A messy play, but it ends up in the hands of an 82% shooter who makes the layup.
UNC-W got very fortunate. They threw the ball off the side of the backboard. It almost feels like it should be a violation there, but it's not. It just fell into the hands of a wide-open player, and then a scrum for the offensive rebound, and Kaycock terrific at finishing.
10-6 the score. UNC-W on top. Bryant was open. Flemings tries to close out. Bryant dribbles past him, leans in, and misses short on the left side. Denzel Ingram with the basketball for UNC-W. Just under 14 to play. First half.
I'd love to see Delaware look to dump the ball into Sky Johnson on some of those reverses.
And UNC-W does it on their end. Dumps it inside to Devontae Kaycock, who has 4 now on 2 of 2 shooting. It's 12-6 Seahawks.
He slipped the high ball screen and made himself available in the middle of the lane. Delaware's got to rotate someone in there because his defensive assignment, Sky Johnson's up hedging at half court.
Bryant will bring the ball up the floor. Hence starting 4 guards that can dribble up, as Casman Hayes reinserted into the starting lineup for Devon Pinkard today. Mosley tries baseline, cut off by a very good defender, Denzel Ingram. Now gets to the right side, uses the right, and gets the layup to go. It's 12-8 Seahawks.
Anthony Mosley can get almost anywhere he wants on the court. Wilmington not doing a good job of keeping him out of the lane. A nice finish there, going left to right with his right hand.
Flemings at the free throw line, back to Talley. Talley, very good reserve point guard in his junior year from Richmond. Ingram, one dribble, back to Flemings. They'll work it around the perimeter. 10 to shoot for the Seahawks. Ingram squares, releases. It's short. Rebound knocked around. Flemings comes up with it. Hayes jumps for it. Tips out of his hands. Kaycock stripped by Anthony Mosley. It's 3-on-1. Daly to the right side, to the rim. He stops off the window and in. And Delaware down just 2.
And that was a result of Anthony Mosley delivering the ball to Ryan Daly at exactly the right moment, where he could use one dribble, get his feet set, rise up, and use a soft shot off the backboard. Really good offense there by Ryan Daly.
5 turnovers for UNC-W. And Delaware in transition makes it a one-possession game. 12-17. First half, Talley on the wing, guarded closely by Mosley. Brings over to the left side. Ingram into the corner. Flemings guarded tightly by Daly. Sends it back to Ingram. Baseline drive. Kick out. Catch by Talley. Extra point. Bryce. Extra pass. And one too many for C.J. Bryce's shot clock violation. And Ingram, the senior, talking to the sophomore, telling the young man, you've got to be aware of the shot clock. Take that shot.
They were too unselfish. I thought they did a great job of sharing the ball, but you're right. I think he just lost track of the shot clock, and he's got to know that. That's the great thing about college basketball. It's prominent right in front of you. You've got to make yourself aware of it. I thought also in that time, Delaware did a pretty good job of chasing shooters off of the line. 12
minutes left in the first half. Next whistle, I should say, will be immediate timeout under 12. Hens hanging with the CAA defending champion UNC-W Seahawks as Pinkard comes in for the first time, as does Eric Carter. It's Pinkard, Carter, Mosley, Daly, and Casman Hayes on the floor. 11 to shoot for Mosley. Deep left side. Screen comes from Carter. Mosley to the rim, and he's fouled for the second time today, as Marcus Bryant, who just checked in, will send Mosley to the stripe when we return. 12-10, Seahawks on top. Hens a chance to tie it up when we come back. 11:37 first half. You're listening to 94.7 W.
A lot of steals because they're out in passing lanes, but then what you need to do against that is, if you can't screen it or backdoor it, you drive the ball on them, and I think that's been very successful. Another move that Martin Inglesby did earlier on 2 possessions ago was go to a 2-3 zone to counteract that interior activity they had. Now they've got to do a better job on the offensive glass, Scott. UNC-W with 5 offensive rebounds.
To Delaware's 1 as Mosley makes the first free throw. He'll shoot another and makes them both. All 3 of his points, 3 out of his 5 points are from the free throw line. And quickly, UNC-W up the court. Ingram lets the 3 fly. Score is tied at 12. He misses. There's that offensive rebound you were talking about, Bill, as that's a 6 for UNC-W. Talley to the left side.
And one of the issues when you're in zone is you're not quite as good in transition. Now, Delaware went back to man-to-man, but when you're in zone, you've got to sprint back to get to your spot or trade off with someone, because UNC-W pushes it and will shoot the early 3.
Carter tried to hedge on a screen. Easy call for the officiating crew. That's the first on Eric Carter, third on Delaware. With 11:15 remaining in the first half and a tie score at 12 all. Fleming's guarded by Pinkard on the wing. 19 to shoot. They try to run Mosley off some screens to get him the basketball, but can't. Ingram over to Flemings. Gets Pinkard up in the air. Drives. Switches hands. Beautiful take by the CAA tournament MVP a season ago.
I was about ready to say that Flemings has been relatively quiet early on, and they need to get him re-engaged. And with that, he does a great job with a shot fake. Got Devon Pinkard to run by because you've got to chase him off the three. Gets into the lane with a beautiful jump stop. Works back right to left using the backboard. That was great offense.
Kind of looked like Jordan versus the Blazers, switching hands from right to left. Wasn't quite that good, but, man, that was a talented player making an athletic shot as you described it. At the inbound of the basketball, Mosley was bumped. Foul against Ambrose Mosley, his second. That Mosley on Mosley matchup we talked about. Fifth on the Seahawks. And now Champ throws it up to Hayes, who gets it to Pinkard. Pinkard been shooting well lately from beyond the arc. 4 of his last 7 have gone in. Mosley brings to the right side, 18 to shoot. Picks up his dribble just inside the three-point arc. Tries to get it to Carter, knocked away. Still fighting for it. Hayes comes away with the basketball and gets to the rim, and a foul is going to be called. And that's on Casman Hayes. That's an offensive foul. That was the right call.
Well, the defender realized that Casman had gone ahead and just dropped his head and shoulders and was attacking the basket. He actually took away the middle part of the rim, which was interesting. Casman might have been able to slide back to the right. Better defensive play there.
Foul on Hayes is a turnover as well for Delaware. First foul on Casman Hayes. It's the third turnover for Delaware. UNC-W, as we mentioned in the pregame, so good with taking care of the basketball. They have 6 turnovers already. But they do have a 2-point lead, 14-12, 10:31 first half, and Ingram, Speedy, bringing the ball up the floor, right sideline in front of the Delaware bench. Back to Talley. Talley, the junior from Richmond, guarded by Hayes, dribbles inside the paint, stops, pops, it's short, tipped around. Looked like Pinkard had his hand on it, but Hayes might have came in late and tried to poke it away, and in doing so, knocked it out of bounds. I believe the officials discussing perhaps a reset of the shot clock. And
I think they were confirming that it was off blue, and that's a good job of officiating. Too hard for me to tell. There were a lot of touches.
Off of Delaware.
Yes.
It'll be UNC-W basketball, and they were confirming that. No reset on the shot clock. I think they got it right. 16 to shoot off the inbound. It goes to Talley straight away to Bryce on the wing, guarded by Pinkard. Screen comes from Bryant. Now Marcus Bryant with the basketball. High arcing shot from about 15 left side. He knocks it through. Bryant averages only 2.5 per game. Gets 2 right there.
Well, Marcus Bryant did a nice job of spacing to the open side of the court. There was no defender within 20 feet. Too late to close out a wide open shot.
Under 10 minutes to play. Bryant inside to Pinkard. Gets his man in the air. Settles himself but can't make the layup. Gets the rebound. Sends it out to Daly. Daly forces up with 3. And misses strong to the right. Rebounded by Talley. He sends it down to Bryce. Bryce, a 3, and he hits it right over to Von Pinkard. Martin Inglesby not thrilled, and he wants to talk about it with his team. A timeout taken by Delaware. We'll stay right here.
Well, a good timeout by Martin. I think he's going to encourage us.
He's 1 of 1 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line in 10 minutes. 2 points from Daly, 2 from Bryant, and a 3 made in the corner from Casman Hayes. Gets you to 12, but only 3 of 10 from the field are the Hens.
And here comes some man pressure with a man on the ball. They've used zone pressure, man pressure with different types of where it's a strangulation one where they're trying to get the steal, or they just drop back and make it passive when they're trying to run clock.
There's the steal. Bryce ahead after the turnover with the flush, making a 9-0 run for the Seahawks.
And with 4 ball handlers in, Delaware's just got to do a better job. Space the court, make the proper pass, draw a double team, and then operate out of it.
Daly ahead to Bryant. They break the timer. And now Bryant will settle the offense. Mosley driving baseline. Gets bumped and a whistle as he stepped out of bounds. So another turnover for Delaware. That's their 5th and 2 in the last 2 possessions.
So often young players try to drive along that baseline. If they get choked off, instead of just retreating and bringing the ball back out, they'll continue to press on. And once in a while they step out. There was contact there. I thought it could have been a defensive foul, but they called him stepping out of bounds prior to it. That's a play that Anthony Mosley can get out of his repertoire.
9 minutes left in the first. We see Chavarsky Corbett on the floor. It took him 10 minutes to get into the ball game. As minutes are on the line every time out for Delaware. Coach Inglesby trying to figure out rotation and who's going to come to play every night. He'll mix it up. Saw Sky Johnson be the first player off the bench in this game today. CJ Bryce feeling good. He's got 12 after the jump shot 18 feet out on the right side.
And when a player's in rhythm, you have to change up your defensive style of play on him and make him do something different.
Delaware having trouble with UNC-W pressure. An offensive foul called on a frustrated Casman Hayes, guarded closely by Ambrose Mosley, and he just knocked him over. It goes back to UNC-W, who's on an 11-0 run.
Martin Inglesby is pleading Casman's case, but I actually kind of thought he did hook him there. The play's getting a little bit more aggressive, so Delaware's got to respond, but you can't respond immediately like that or right in front of Dennis Alico.
23-12 now the score as UNC-W on the 11-0 run. Again, it was tied at 12 all.
And Dennis Alico actually doing a good job as an official, telling Martin Inglesby that the defender had not made contact yet, and that's why he called the foul on Casman Hayes.
Good crew tonight. Corner, Ambrose Mosley wide open. I thought we were up in Boston looking at that shot. A three-pointer wide open from the corner, just like Delaware allowed 21 on Thursday night. It's now 26-12. UNC-W leads. Chavarsky Corbett with the basketball on the wing. Good approach defending Denzel Ingram.
I will tell you this, Scott. UNC-W is re-energized. They are very active, very aggressive now. I think Coach Keats got into them at an earlier media timeout, and they are revving up their pressure.
And a kickball by Flemings sends us to the 8-minute media timeout. 7:45 left to play in the first, and UNC-W on a 14-0 run. It's 26-12. We'll be back in a moment. Run. It's 26-12. We were tied at 12.
The pressure has sped up Delaware to a level that they're not executing their offense.
Corbett catch and shoot off the inbound right baseline. Good to see Corbett go 1 of 1 to start this ball game.
He warmed up great. He's really locked in here, and I think we're going to see a great effort from him.
Ingram lob, Kaycock finish.
We didn't get any weak side rotation. A wonderfully delivered pass to Kaycock, who can really finish over top of the rim.
Oh, we could see that one coming from our vantage point after the screen. All he had to do was throw it up there. Another dunk from the forward who shoots 82%. Pinker, that's a traveling violation. We just do not look good handling the basketball today.
Well, structurally, Scott, we've got no one behind the ball, so we leave it up to the double team, and then they've got to operate through it or over top of it. Many times you go with a two-guard front, and you leave your other ball handler behind, so there's always an exit point.
Pinkard should not be in a position where he's breaking the ball up the floor by himself, to your point. A turnover, Delaware now 7 of those, as Bryce gets in the corner up 28-14. 7:01 first half. Flemings, guarded by Daly, who just checked in. Long three, Ambrose Mosley is 28th of the year, second today.
Mosley, an excellent spot-up shooter. He's not as good off the bounce. Delaware's got to know that and make sure they run him off.
Another turnover as Mosley floated up to Corbett. Corbett thought he had a trailer, tipped it backwards. No one was there, and it went out of bounds.
When you're struggling, you need to make conservative plays. We may actually need a timeout here to kind of get reorganized and make sure everybody's on the same page of how we want to attack this pressure.
Ingram, corner to Mosley, back to Ingram. Centers it, Bryce on the wing. Foul line at Flemings. Flemings back to Bryce. He drives, kicks it back out to a wide open Chris Flemings. A break for Delaware as he missed it, but another offensive rebound for UNC-W. That's their 8th offensive board. Leading in for the foul line, CJ Bryce. Lights out so far. He's got 14. So do the Blue Hens.
Well, what's scary is those long arms and that activity level have really yielded a lot of benefits for UNC-W. Delaware's just got to be more physical and more aggressive going and getting the rebound.
Corbett catches a pass across the court from Casman Hayes and hits the three. Corbett, the only player to score since the 12-12 mark for Delaware. He's got 5, and the Hens trail 33-17.
Good signs. He's finding his spots on the court, and his shot looks flawless leaving his hands.
He had a good warm-up. We watched it, talked about it in the pregame show. Ambrose Mosley feeling good. Short on the three from the wing, and a rebound to Sky Johnson. Here comes Champ Mosley across half court. Inside out dribble to Chavarsky Corbett. Dribbles to the right side. Picks it up. Over to Daly, 20 to shoot. Corbett gets it back. Baseline, right side. Aggressive to the rim. He misses. Follows his shot. Power dribble. Kick out Mosley. He jumps to get it into traffic and a traveling violation. As Mosley, I guess, didn't land evenly. I don't know what that call could have been because he hadn't dribbled yet. I understand he didn't land evenly.
And there was a little bit of a bump, too, that could have created it.
Now a turnover. Daly on the run. Has Hayes with him. Keeps it himself after the interception near midcourt. It's 33-19 after the layup. Fleming's on the drive, using the left. Does not fall. Corbett with the basketball ahead. Mosley, he gets it off the lob. Driving the floor past Ingram. 4 straight for Delaware. And it's 33-21. Coach Keats disappointed with his team. He'll call a timeout.
And a great play. 2 great plays in a row made by Ryan Daly. The first one was his use of his body as he
been turning the ball over. They've been hurting themselves offensively. Meanwhile, UNC-W has taken 25 shots. They've made 14 of them, shooting 56% from the field.
And part of that is due to 8 offensive rebounds by UNC-W. Very active on the glass with several good offensive rebounders who could do it in their area and then outside of it.
11 second chance points for the Seahawks, who lead 33-21. Inside, it goes to Kaycock, who's fouled. Corbett rose up with him, but got him on the body, I believe. Was able to block the shot, but Kaycock, a 57% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
Delaware in their 2-3 zone, and it gets a little expanded because of the three-point shooting of UNC-W. They almost morph into a 1-2-2. That means that baseline area is going to be open, and UNC-W, to their credit, attacked it exactly right.
Kaycock strong on the first shot. He shoots 82% from the field and 57% from the free throw line.
But let's not forget that 82%, I would say 100 of those 106 shots are within 3 feet.
This is as far away from the basket he'll stand the rest of the basketball game. He stands inside. He gets layups, and you got to credit his teammates for finding him in good positions. He makes the second, though, 34-21. Full court pressure again by UNC-W. They'll do that all game long, but it leads to numbers for Corbett on the other end. He lays it up and through. Corbett's got 7, matching Mosley for the team high.
And that's exactly how you have to transition. You get the ball in the middle of the court after 1 or 2 quick passes and then attack from there before the rest of the defensive team can reorient themselves.
4:17 first half. Foul line Bryce. Shot blocked by Mosley. Kaycock right on the spot. Catches it short of the rim and tips it on through.
The best time to be an offensive rebounder is when you're facing the shot and you realize it's going to be an air ball and you have the easier movement to the ball.
Daly is called for the foul. He was just trying to get out of what was a double team. His elbow hit the chin of the defender, who then dropped to the floor. That was not malicious. That was
mistaken.
I have never heard of anything like that, where a call is reversed. It's not like Ryan Daly had a fumble and they had to see if his knee was down. It's Delaware basketball. Maybe they were listening to our broadcast and they thought you had made some good points. And so the foul is wiped away. Delaware back in action. Mosley drives. Kaycock fouls him. Mosley will shoot 2 more free throws where it's 3 and 4.
We're going to need to get an explanation on that.
I have never heard
Scott,
of
but what Delaware
like
did there very intelligently, they took their time against the pressure. They got the ball in the middle of the court, which is exactly the perfect place to attack from. Mosley goes down the lane and gets fouled from behind because the UNC-W defenders are overextended out on the court. Get it to the middle and drive the ball. Should be a really successful strategy here in the remaining part of the game.
It was the first foul on Kaycock, 5th on the Seahawks. Delaware's has 7, so UNC-W 1-1 the rest of the way. 3:52 left in the first half. Mosley, very good free throw shooter, now 5 of 6 today after making both. Now Delaware a little bit of light pressure on Ingram as he brings it up the floor. Flemings over to Mosley. They break pressure to the wing, back to Flemings, and Ingram will stand center circle and run the offense.
Well, you notice that they seem to know exactly what to do against it and play at the right speed because they do it every day.
A lob is deflected. UNC-W gets it back. Flemings in the corner. The shot clock should be much further down than it is at 24. Not sure why it reset after deflection, and now John Hughes going to realize that. Good veteran staff today, but there has been some interesting operational errors, some interesting calls, and we saw a delay a moment ago. They got to get it on the shot clock. It was showing 23s to kind of tell the story of how poorly.
It also makes the game not have any flow. It gets disjointed, almost dysfunctional. And so let's see how Delaware defends this into the shot clock.
Off the inbound, Leaner from three. Ingram rattled in and out. Delaware, chance to get this within single digits, down by 11. Mosley to Daly. One dribble and a pass back to Mosley on the wing. Not a three-point shooter. He'll send it back out. 21 to shoot, 3:10 to play. Mosley dribbling into Kaycock. Shot is too strong. Sky Johnson collects, right block, centers himself, scores, +1. Sky Johnson coming off a 12-point performance against Northeastern, goes to the free throw line, and a chance for three.
There is nothing tougher than when you're a big man at 6'9", and there's a guard down almost on the floor, and you're both fighting for the ball, and that shows you the strength of Sky Johnson's hands. He just ripped it out of the defender's hands and then lays it in. A really tough guy play, a mentally strong play there by Sky Johnson, who's beginning, I think, to get in some rhythm.
Sky just a 47% free throw shooter, but that high arcing shot falls through, and Delaware within 8. It's 36-28. UNC-W led by 19 points just 4 minutes ago.
Well, UNC-W not handling the pressure there. They dribbled it very slowly, attracted the double team, but they did it right on the sideline where the ball handler had really nowhere to go with it. Very fortunate he took it and dropped it out of bounds off of Delaware.
Talley at the point guard spot. Brings it to the left side. Flemings inside to Bryce. Extra pass. Kaycock soars to the rim and dunks it with 2.
We've talked about backdooring the zone, and that's exactly what UNC-W did there with a great little pocket pass to Kaycock rising up.
Kaycock 5 of 5, improving on his 82% field goal percentage on the year, leads the NCAA. Mosley, 12 to shoot. He picks up his dribble, whips a pass to Daly. Catch, shoot, 3, good.
And a great reversal of the court. They also had Sky Johnson on a slip rolling down the middle of the lane. At some point, Delaware's going to get used to finding that player, and Delaware's going to get some dunks of their own mid-lane.
38-31. UNC-W up. 2:05 to go. Kick out here in the first half. Ingram, corner, Bryce. He's had the hot hand. Can't stay hot. Misses there. Rebounded on the weak side by Ryan Daly. He wants to push. Mosley had Corbett ahead. Couldn't find him. Instead, gets it to him in the corner. Back to Mosley. Wing left side. Under 2 minutes to play first half. High dribbles. Slips it inside to Sky Johnson. And there's the dunk you were looking for.
And it was the pass and the composure of Anthony Mosley to finally look for a hit and also put himself in position in a really nice bounce pass to Sky Johnson, who traveled down in a very physical finish.
And have made each of their last 3 shots and are within 5. It's 38-33 Seahawks. Flemings trying an answer. Cut off baseline. Sends it back out. Ingram fakes on the shot. 7 to shoot. Bryce open. Didn't take the shot. 4 to shoot. Ingram guarded by Hayes. Passes to Talley. Forces one up at the buzzer. It's strong. Rebounded by Kaycock.
It was
inside the Flemings and Delaware, a breakdown defensively.
It was such a bad miss, Scott, that Kaycock was able to run it down, and then a great find underneath. Delaware's got to retrace right away when they don't secure the defensive rebound and get back and get organized in that zone. 9
offensive boards for UNC-W here in the first half. 45 seconds to play in the first as Mosley brings the right side. Drives on Kaycock, loses grip of it, sends it back out to Daly. Squares around the rim and out. Kaycock bumped by Johnson. And the Hens will get the basketball back because Kaycock sent to the free throw line. And it's a 1-and-1 for a 57% free throw shooter. You don't like to see the foul there, but it might work out for the Hens. We'll see what Kaycock can do from the strike.
And sometimes doing the wrong thing might be the right decision. But what I liked there was, even though technically Sky was a little out of control and bumped him, I just like the fact that we're committing people to the offensive glass. He read where the shot was being missed to. He was just a little late getting there.
Kaycock 1-and-1. Second foul by Sky Johnson. Kaycock 1 of 2 today. Misses it strong. Daly gets the rebound. The Hens can hold for what could be the final shot of the half. Down 40-33. Corbett in the corner. Will square, fire, miss, and air ball. Daly up and in. I think because Corbett took the shot so early, Daly might have been confused to where the game clock was as well. off balance, put up a shot, and he was kind of bailed out by the foul there by UNC-W.
And you talk about situational basketball, and I would have to be in Delaware's practice every day to know whether that's a shot that Coach Inglesby and his staff want to take there instead of letting it wind all the way down. But having said that, Chavarsky's been in rhythm. He had a wide open look, and then Ryan Daly doing what he has done so well all season long. Got to realize where the ball was being missed to, immediately takes his body there, and then just out-toughs UNC-W's player to take it out of his hands and try to get a three-point play. Obviously, the shot missed, but here he completes it.
He didn't miss any free throws, though. 2 of 2. And Delaware down by 5. UNC-W will take the final shot of the first half if they play it right. 13 seconds. Shot clock turned off. Now 10. Ingram gets a screen from Kaycock. Brings it right. Now goes left. Back on top to Flemings. 4 to shoot. Crossover. He's stripped by Mosley. Mosley with the steal. Daly at the buzzer from half court. It's too strong, but the defensive stop keeps it a 5-point game at the break. 40-35 UNC-W. What a strong end to the first half from the Blue Hens.
It got going with the defense.